worked with a number of groups to come up with a process to map from the farm to recycling. Denim's 50% of the garments in the world, so let's start with one material, take that material from the farm right through the end of its life. The denim is massive. If you just look at the category alone, it's probably about 84 billion recurring revenues per annum.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for another executive interview. Today we have with us in the studio David Connolly, the founder and CEO of Sustainable Fashion Ventures, a pioneering company that is revolutionizing the denim industry with its sustainable approach. David, it's great to have you here today.
Thanks, Rhythm. Good to be here.
Now, let's start with a topic that's on everybody's mind, which is sustainability. So it has become a key focus for both consumers and investors. So can you elaborate on Sustainable Fashion Ventures, a unique approach to sustainability within the denim industry and how it actually sets you apart from traditional manufacturers?
So a couple of years ago, I worked with a number of groups to come up with a process to map from the farm to recycling the entire life cycle of the garment. And we took a view which is essentially denim's 50% of the garments in the world, so let's start with one material and take that material from the farm right through the end of its life. And we've been able to do that from Australia through to the Vietnam manufacturing facilities and export those jackets all around the world, Europe, America, and in the United States we've successfully recycled jackets from consumers, completing the entire environmental cycle.
Amazing, that's great, very fascinating indeed. Now, speaking of unique approaches, your partnership with Cotton Incorporated is very intriguing. So how does this collaboration actually enhance your competitive advantage and contribute to the scalability of your business?
Yeah, great question, Rhythm. So breakthrough innovation, which is what this venture is all about, is really the combination of two things. The first thing is extensive research and development, and the second is expert commercialization. So Cotton Incorporated has got a really broad remit with regard to cotton, but they are the world's foremost research and development agency for sustainable cotton in fashion. So I worked with Cotton Incorporated many years ago now, basically to prove the materials that we're using to create these garments. And those materials have certain performance characteristics which we've actually had independently audited. So that really completed the R&D part of the relationship. And Sustainable Fashion Ventures is the second part, being the expert commercialization team, purely focused on digital sales.
Right, that's wonderful, David. Now, building on that, scalability is very crucial for any growing company. So can you provide insights into the scalability of your manufacturing processes and how do you plan to meet the growing demand?
When we came up with the plan for the venture, we did explore starting our own factory in Ho Chi Minh. And this is pre-COVID. So basically we went up there on a number of occasions and looked at sourcing talent, sourcing capacity, kind of from various small suppliers, creating a sort of a value sort of net of players. Found out that the reliability of that wasn't very good at all, and also there was a number of issues with regard to brownouts, things like this in the manufacturing sort of process. So worked with Cotton Incorporated out of Hong Kong to source a world-class manufacturing partner in the north of Vietnam. They were the partner we completed all the research and development with. They've got about 1,200 sewing machines and they've got the world's most advanced denim manufacturing facility. It's got a capacity of about 9 million garments a year. So it'll be probably 4 or 5 years before we really start to threshold the capacity of that facility.
Amazing, that's brilliant. Now, expanding on the idea of growth, investors are always keen to understand the market opportunities. So can you tell us how do you plan to capitalize on the projected growth of the denim jeans market, particularly through online channels and also key regions like North America?
So denim is massive. If you just look at the category alone, it's probably about 84 billion recurring revenues per annum. The vast majority of that is 5-pocket jeans. And in the 5-pocket jeans category, there's really 4 silhouettes which dominate the market. There's a number of others, Daisy Dukes, bell bottoms, all this sort of stuff, which is far more seasonal and far more regional. Our strategy is really to create a centre of gravity around one product, which of course we've decided is the trucker jacket, and seek to be the best in the world at that one product. And then from that position, look to launch other products on a kind of like a seasonal basis. Try to enter other markets once we've established a really strong position around that single product.
Understandable. Now, leadership plays a very significant role in steering a company towards success. So, how do you plan to leverage your experience and leadership to steer your company towards success in the highly competitive fashion industry?
Yeah, great question. So I'll address the elephant in the room. I'm not a fashion designer. I'm a computer engineer. I've had my whole career basically in growing significant companies internationally. I've been a trade delegate to China, and this is really my first foray into fashion. But what's I guess unique about this team is we're expert at certain things which are really the future of fashion. So if you look at any business to consumer product, it's got to move online. I mean, it's just simple economics. The global distribution channels are so inexpensive. I mean, as an example, I've sold jackets to Alaska. It cost me $3 to ship a denim trucker jacket to a gentleman in Anchorage, Alaska. So really, the future of fashion is, particularly large categories like denim, dominating the online sales opportunity. And the team we've got at the moment, obviously myself, computer engineer, very capable with search engine optimization, internet technologies and digital marketing. Chief Financial Officer, ex-CFO, Bank of Scotland. His background's purely venture capital, international markets. Our tax expert, the tax maverick. He's the best in the country, works for Deloitte. Obviously setting up an international venture, there is a huge amount of tax considerations, both in terms of sales tax as well as intercompany transfer taxes and intellectual property rights and royalty management. So really the executive team's strengths are around business growth and management, and we'll be sourcing the more traditional skills in Vietnam, where there's an abundance of people who are expert at making jackets, making jeans, forecasting fashion trends, things like this.
Amazing. Wonderful, David. Now, finally, looking towards the future, could you provide insights into your long-term vision for your company and how do you envision the company's role in shaping the future of sustainable fashion on a global scale?
If I was to summarise it, I'd summarise it as, if you look at the denim market in particular, it's dominated by some powerhouse players who are very much heritage brands. 150 years of history, rich history in industrial America and other parts of the world. And we're really going to be a commercializer of kind of like cutting edge technology. So we're going to be looking to take R&D and make it immediately available to the consumer, whereas I guess some of these more traditional business models in some cases have 10 years of inventory in stock, and that makes it very difficult for them to take exciting new technology and make it immediately available. So I guess our long-term strategy is to be that disruptive player, to have a very sort of singular, narrow focus with a global footprint, and commercialize the most sustainable technologies that we can source as quickly as possible.
Amazing. Wonderful, David. I have to say, it truly has been such a wonderful conversation with you today. For anyone watching this interview, if you would like to get in touch with the team, please see the details at the side of your screen or in the description of this video. Once again, thank you, David, and I wish you all the luck with your venture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.